chance, to come on stage. So this is the topic given to me, something slightly different from what we have listened for the last 1.5 days. We are talking about technology. However, our friend from Malaysia just now mentioned that at the end of the day, how good the technology we have, but the human factor are still the most important parts to move on. So I was asked to talk on something on integrated sustainable water management, the green concept for smart city development. First of all, for introduction, just to introduce where I'm coming from. So REDAC is River Engineering and Urban Drainage Research Center. We have 4 programs, just like what you have here, I think in IIT India, where we have a lot of activities happening in terms of river management and urban drainage, because there are lots of issues. There are many issues on flooding, water shortage, river pollution, and sometimes we have so much rain, but at the end of the day our tap got no water. And when we have water, in the town center, but the water are not feasible to get treated because they are under class 4 or probably worse than that. So similarly, in any research center, this is the activity we did. We definitely have to do research, not just for our country, but also to the globe. Of course, to sustain, I think we have budget cutting all over the place as far as the education is concerned, including, I think, in America, they have the same problem now. So we have no choice. We need to do some consultancy job, a research contract, to make things moving. So we heard from our friend yesterday from Texas A&M University, how much grant they got and whatnot. Without that, he also cannot sustain. So this is something that we have to do. Then definitely we are the learning center, technology development and whatnot. So in Malaysia, we move in the technology in terms of our national priority area. I think similarly, in Malaysia we have 9. But in India, probably they have more than this, because you hear this morning, our population is so small in terms of ratio, maybe 1:100, something like that. We only have, in total, to make correction, is 30 million, now not 26. 26 million is previous data. So now 30 million. Underwater security, we are the only one accredited from the Ministry of Higher Education. We still got empty place for food security and plantation crops, which are related to water security. So technically, I don't know what happened, because food security and plantation crop is something to do with the country things. We need to eat. We eat rice like what you have here. So just to share with you, last August, we managed to do one big thing in the country. We bring one congress, World Congress, belong to ISR. We was hired to become the event manager under the title Managing Water for Sustainable Development, learning from past to future. So we have learned a lot. And this is the area, it covers everything, almost everything in terms of water resources. We are lucky because we managed to get more than 900 papers, whereby the extract is about 1374. At the end of the day, the people managed to come, 768 papers have been presented and shared for that particular day from 61 countries. This is full data, another country also coming that particular day, and this number also grow to 1,200 people. That means we have sharing. Lot of issues happening through the globe. Because for IHR, they have members for more than 88 countries, but 61 countries have managed to come here. And we have bring them to most of our activity on water throughout Kuala Lumpur Valley, because this is the congress that happening in KL. So this is also something that we need to share with you. We have managed to bring the exhibitor throughout the world. You know, they are coming and they manage to share what they have because so many people are coming to this congress. So back to the smart city development. For smart city development, we have listened from all keynotes, you know, talking about almost similar thing. It's about the pillars. So there are, at least here, I'm mentioning 4 things, you know. Technically, we need to have world-class infrastructure, that mentioning from architect point of view. Because what is smart city? Smart city is about the buildings. You know, you see the building first, then the rest will come later. But to make sure that that was sustained, because we're talking about sustainability. Everybody talking, at least a few times word, mentioning about sustainability. So, to make things sustainable, you need a strong economy to support that. And I think this morning also one keynote speaker mentioning, we are good in preparing something, introduce something. You know, we develop our building. We have money to that. You know, we have developed expensive building. But there is capex. What's about the OPEX? How to maintain that? Nobody in our region thinking that way. You know, so in order to have that, you know, world-class infrastructure, we need to have strong economy to support. But not to forget 2 important things that I'm going to speak. Environmental friendly and smart development plus quality of life. This has been mentioned for the last 1.5 days. So this is important because without this, so whatever we mention smart city, what is smart city is when we open our tap, is no water. When we enter to the room, there are no air condition. When we buy the house in the smart city, the bill is high up. So I think this is not good, you know. So we need to have a good public transport, the good internet things and whatnot, you know, all the IoT working very well. So technically, this is the pillars for sustainable smart infrastructure to have all this activity here. So we can see from this diagram, you will see the whole thing is about the building at the beginning. But inside the building, there are things that to make things working well. You know, so I was asked to talk on the water management. Definitely, waste management is something that also important, but I didn't see any presentation on that this year. Here, you know, so this is important. But somebody has touched a little bit there and here, but not a thorough one. This is important because according to the first day presentation by our council member, that they have produced a couple of 100 tons a day of rubbish, you know, daily, that need to be managed properly here. So that global issue is become challenge is stated here. Okay, definitely, if we cannot touch all this issue, this is technically is connected to SDG mentioning by our friend Dr. Sali just now. So this is important. So what are the issues? There are 3 main issues, 3 interrelated issues. Sometimes we don't have enough water. Sometimes we have too much water. Sometimes we have both, but the water cannot be used. But that is the issue. That is the main issue. I've been to Chennai before coming here, sad to say, the water that I see in the river is no longer water, but it's a liquid. It's a liquid. As an engineer, we need to differentiate between liquid and water. Because for water, the viscosity is 1,000 city point, isn't it? So technically, for liquid, they have more than that. It's like our engine oil. That is the color, because as mentioned by Sally, I have the same attitude. I think people who are inside this area would like to walk the town. So I go by bus, although I cannot speak to them, you know. I give them 10, 20 rupees. They ask me where to go. I don't know, you know, where I'm going to go. I say, just when 20 rupees finish, I will come down, you know, something like that. Then I will see a lot of interesting happening, you know, on people, you know. Sometimes people don't even want to pay the 10 rupees, you know, inside the bus. So how the public transport going to suffer? I'm willing to pay for that, but the co-pilot said, no, we cannot take the money from you because he, the one should pay. Then the argument comes, fighting for 10 rupees. So how the public transport going to sustain? That's why you see that our public transport, in particular in this country, is still at that condition for time being. And I said to say that Sally has mentioning about the world numbers, mentioning that, we also bet, in Malaysia we got B+, but India got D+. But it's expected because your number is 1.2 billion people. And you're going to take over the world as the first, the highest population in 2024, something like that. I think there are figures somewhere. We need to be sensitive with figures. So with that issue, we have flooding everywhere, Not to forget Malaysia, because there are no plan for smart city previously. This is the old plan. But currently there are new towns, as mentioned by Charlie this morning. They show you something that's coming. But it's not total. But you are lucky here because Amravati has been picked up as one of the going future smart city, but need to be the green concept. So this is mentioning earlier. So this is a good group. This is good. This is second conference I attend here. So I think this is the best time for everybody. If you listen for the last 2 days, everybody got their knowledge, up to the international level. So why don't, the university here become a secretary, pick up the whole source consultant that we have here, because all of them are consultants technically. We see a lot of good presentation for the last 2 days. I learned a lot, I have to admit. So we can make a proposal to the government, because this morning also mentioning that the thing should come from the local. They know better what you need, not us, not the other people. But of course we can come and help wherever we can, but you need to tell us what you want. Something like that. So this is important. So flooding, flash flood. Flooding is because overspeed of the river. But sometimes the river is okay, the capacity is good enough, but the urban drainage is bad. This is Kuala Lumpur. Whenever we have 100 millimeter rain, that's good enough to flood everything. That's happening everywhere, in Kuala Lumpur. But we are lucky because we still don't have this situation. This is the developed city. Are we sure that when Amravati being developed, maybe in 10 to 20 years time, this thing won't happen at that particular time? So, So, technically, if this thing happens, it's no longer smart, That is the problem. So we hope that, before they start anything, this needs to be addressed properly. Because in Amravati, there are rivers, 2 rivers are flowing. We have discussion over the dinner that, during the dinner, they mentioned to me that this one big stream, that another one tributary coming just before the new township is going to happen. So if this thing happens, so it's sad to say this is no longer smart, this is important. So we hope that, this got to be addressed properly. Because all our IoT, all our smart transportation and whatnot doesn't work anymore when you have this kind of problem. So we hope, this problem of flooding, pollution like this, this morning, yesterday morning we heard about, don't forget that plastic cannot be out from the business, that is the message coming from the council. How bad they are, the plastic is the best product, it's mentioned, that can help people. So definitely you cannot take it out. What you can do is to manage plastic. Can you see the river in our country? Most of plastic are inside, The thing that you dump is inside the plastic. Because you have plastic there, you can throw the things inside. So I think without doing things properly, you develop the whole city, you will have the whole things inside. So that's why, during my presentation everywhere, although there are river cleaning program in the country, I always mention to them that please keep your drain first before you start talking about the rivers. Because at the end of the day, you cannot get the river. That's the problem. Because all the settlement are near the channel, you know. I can see that this is very bad. I don't know when they have to come back and bring back that river because the people need that river, you know. I can see that, you know, they live nearby, the color is totally black, you know, and very, very solid. It's become from liquid to solid now, you know, so this is bad. Water scarcity, I think it's happened everywhere. Sometimes in this region, we have so much water, but on our tap, we don't have water. But in Australia, they only have 600 millimeter rainfall. But they seldom have this kind of problem because they have policy. When they have less, then they normally will appreciate to that one. In Malaysia, we have so much water. The price of water bill also very, very cheap. Super cheap. You know? So technically nobody cares. When we enter the toilet, nobody cares to close it back, you know, after use. So that is the problem that we have, the attitude. So we mentioned this morning also how Japanese change. They are starting from education. You know, even the 2-3 years old, a kid has segregated their rubbish and whatnot at home. So this is something that, you know, we need to start talking, you know, to our community. That's why I think this conference is a good place, a platform to share with the youngster here, the students, because they are the one who change, not us. We are about to leave our space now. You know, in 5-6 years time, we are no longer here, you see. So you are here to change the world, because the India will become the first nation in the world in 2024. That means 7 years from now, you are just right in any position in this country, isn't it? So I'm no longer, because I'm retired in 6 years. So I will have my good time, like your chairman and whatnot will come during the conference only, but not in the working time anymore. You know? So in Malaysia, almost 800 projects have put on shelf just because water. Very funny. We have 3,000 millimeter rainfall a year. Then suddenly we don't have enough water to be in our tap, you know, at home. This is funny. It's happening now. So some of the projects have put shelf. Why is this thing happening? Not because we don't have rainfall, but because we mismanage the water. Because we make sure inside the country there are few people fighting with the same amount of water. Because the water is blessed by the God. It's coming from the rain. I think India, you believe the same thing, you know. The rain coming, then it's become water. But we fight the same water. Somebody wants the water for food. Technically, we don't know why we eat rice. Because rice needs so much water. But here you are lucky, at least half of you eat wheat, you know, chapati, roti and whatnot, which use less water. But in Malaysia, they eat rice totally. You know, from morning until midnight. Because there are 24-hour restaurant never close. You know, curry shop, you know, in Malaysia, like the Indian one, like biryani and whatnot, we have 24-hour restaurant. So everybody eating rice. But the people in Western, they grow bigger than us. They never eat rice. They eat fruits. They eat meat. They grow bigger. They be in the world class football team and whatnot, but we are not. You know, but we eat rice. We think rice is good. But rice produces water. But use water so much to produce rice. So we cannot change that because this is already happening to us. So definitely our kids also eat the same rice. So most of the water has go for the food security. But for water supply security, we need to fight. In Malaysia, there are few different ministers involved in every item, including energy security. I show you, this is the list of ministers in the country involved with water. How many of them? NRE, PETA, MOA, KPKP, this is minister. And they mentioned that water is state matter. That means every state got their own chief minister, also related to water. When this minister call for meeting, you think this minister will come or not? They are in same position. Nobody will come. Nobody will listen because they will send somebody junior here. Then there is no cascade. information, in terms of ministry or agencies happening. So they're fighting each other under the same government rule. So technically, this is something happening on the bottom-up system. Plus, we have bad attitude. If you see the water usage in our country, we have used wrong water, for car washing, for toilet. We're using the good water. Why we use the good water when it's not enough water in our tank? Because it's just to flush the toilet. Similarly, I think you have the only one system, isn't it? Because you don't have alternative. There's no two tanks here. It's only one tank. It's treated water there. Where you flush or treated water gone. Why do you have to do that? So why you don't have two tanks, two different piping? The cost is only piping. But to do it now, for the current project, is not feasible because the cost is so high. You need to dig up, and then when you dig up, another pipe bursts. Another road construction damage. Another transport getting accident. People accomplish. So, but for the new project, like Amravati, the idea need to be there. So technically, you only need half of the water than what you consume now. If you minus this one, and probably the leakage, you plug this one, it's almost 50% already. So you need half of the water. That means you have double capacity now if you have two different tanks. But how to do it? You need to plan earlier. So master plan must be put in place. So that means at the construction there are two pipes coming from beginning. So you can put and you can plan two different build systems. This is important. But it's never happened in anywhere in our regions, Although in Malaysia, we got no choice. So that's why you flush toilet with the water the same water that you can drink at home. The same water that you flush. So last year, 2016 February, good presentation from APC RDA. So it's mentioning about this is the development plan. This is the future of Amravati. They got one canal here. You see how small the canal? But according to my discussion during the dinner, the catchment that coming here is super huge. So what happened to that? So you need a special project called flood mitigation. So you need to do that before anything else. So you need to plan this project plus maintenance. CAPEX and OPEX, both you need. Because when you start putting pump, technically you need maintenance already. It's not good to buy the pump and leave it there because it will last for 2 years. Another 3 years, during the rain event, normally the pump doesn't work. So this is the construction looks like, for the site, this is important. So that technology, they mentioned to me, they are a quite hilly area. Definitely, you cannot dig that one. You need to do tunneling. There are technologies, It's no problem. Just put in the plan, the engineer know how to settle that. But master plan needs to be endorsed by the government because it belongs to the government. That means the politician need to buy in. To who want to do that? Because we are talking to the people who understand the whole subject here. This is the wrong about the conference. The people who should listen are not here. Am I right? I've been to conference everywhere in the world, but I'm talking to the people who are clever than myself. I should tell the people who make policy, but they are not here. When they come, they only officiate. Then they go. When they come back to present the momentum, so who going to tell them? They got no time. Because when you go and make appointment with them, they say, I have 5 minutes. Although your appointment is 1 hour. So this is important. This is happening. I hope it's not happening here, but I think we are similar culture. Similar. Because all our thing is ruling from the top. So we should use that advantage to settle this. We should buy in. Tell them, give them a good presentation, give them the material so as they talk to us, not we talk to them. They talk. So when they talk, we need to clap the hand. So that tells me they are happy, to deliver. This is important. Otherwise, we keep talking, We keep talking. We're going to have another conference next 2 years, definitely. But the student will benefit. But how to change things? This is important because you have all the good material here. So in Malaysia, we have few levels. One that I mentioned to you is corrective measure, to correct something is wrong. But for the new project we plan, it looks like we also make correction to the side. But technically, for long term, we need to have curative and preventive measure. Because people say preventive is better than cure. This is good. This is something that we need to do. So we need to plan. Because when we develop, definitely the surface runoff will be increased. Incrementally, definitely. Because the area that water can seep through is less. Because it's about development. That's what they call green concept. So we need to go to the green. You know, instead of we move that way, we need to really plan. So as our hydrograph didn't go up, but it's technical. I don't want to talk on that now, we have no time. So I have involved in one of the projects in the country, this mega project, 2,300 acres. We use the same concept. The concept, I think we are the writer for our manual. This is what we call Urban Stormwater Management Manual for Malaysia. This is very popular now. We even moving to regional country to share with them. You know, few times a year, you know. So technically what we need to do is to settle things in within catchment. It's not good to transfer the catchment things and whatnot. That's happening now. Way forward, what we need to do? We have listened that, you know, you have a green building index tool, you know. Inside this, you know, when I see, this, I'm not the expert in this, but when I see in this, you know, in this item, rubrics, this is number here. The score mark is 100, then I think 95 or 90 to 95 you will get platinum score. Am I right? So this is supposed to be the score. So inside the water resources management, you have at least 22 marks already. You know, you have 22 marks to score. Without doing this thing, you will never get your platinum. Definitely, because your maximum mark without the 22, technically you only get 78. So you won't get, not even gold. You know, so that is the problem. So what we need to do? We need to looking at every item what we have. Rainwater harvesting. This is something that policy can change. When the, you know, in Penang, you know, last few months, they are flooding. The politician called me to give one presentation. They asked me what to do. I said there is no more place to do the collection of water. What are we going to do? What we can do is technically to capture the water before they come into the ground. That means on the roof. So if every house can share to take care 1 meter cube of water, there is no need for drain technically. Because the total of the water that flow into the river technically will be half of the total. That's good. Benchmarking. This is Korea style. So we see a lot of examples this morning. You can share. I will leave the material inside, and you can take the material. So this is the you know, you need to see, you know, what happening to another world. Benchmarking through another place. In China, they have few good place to be visit. You know, we need to visit. Even in my campus, I developed my own. You know, this is the minister coming just to look the shadow in the water. That's how we tell them. You come to my place, you will see the shadow in the water. So the same thing. So what we need to do is to integratedly moving the water resources thinking into the system. Then only IoT will be work on that. Otherwise, there's no point to have IoT, but when we don't have resources, what are you going to maintain? So why don't we blend everything instead of just using our normal system? But I don't have time to explain what's happening. But this is a diagram we use to tell the minister what we're supposed to do. We need to take the whole resources, blend together, and reuse and recycle all of them until we have. So this is the smart thing. You know, we need to use the same amount of water that we have to produce energy, from energy to produce back the water. This is all the recycled thing. There are a lot of diagrams mentioning about all these systems. This is good. something that, we can use almost everything until the same water we use for air conditioning system. Otherwise, we waste, we take the water and we pay the water for nothing, just to make our rooms are becoming better. So this is a mega project that I mentioned. I almost finished now. Technically, this is 2,300 acres. So as I mentioned to you, to make my life working, to make my student alive with scholarship, I need to do the job as consultant like the others. So you see, this is my office. This is a signboard of the project. So we are one of the source consultants that involved in this green project. So in this project, we have 5 rivers working, running, but not work. This is in the area, very big, 2,300 acres. Technically, we have changed them by using what we have experienced in Korea. The Korea has changed the whole thing. So instead of you have river, like what you see here, now the river we have changed into this condition so as people in the urban area can be used this thing. So the construction is in progress now, in the first phase. The second phase will come next year. So this is the construction. It's ongoing now. So later on, in the master plan, we're going to have the green things inside the KL Valley. This is the first project or the first initiative of the country through the privatization. It's not government involvement. It's all private project. But for private project, it's not easy to get approval and whatnot. So we need to work together closely to the whole people. So at the end of the day, we got the whole green project happening in our city. So how are we going to do? Technically, we develop one system called urban design guideline that's signed by everybody who's going to enter the site. They have to. Otherwise, they cannot buy the piece of land inside to develop. And they have to follow this guideline. So this is the guidelines that we need to use. So it's not late for the new township. I think we need to mention to the government that they have to do so, so as we have the good city as what we want the city to happen. So if we can produce the water through our drainage system, through our green project, technically we're going to have the development like what we have in my campus in Penang. This is the first campus that we call the green campus that we have in Penang. The student can use the water, we can use the same thing. So we are about to use the water for drinking. So the same water that we capture from the rain, then this is the condition of the drainage system that we have. It's just like you are in Orlando somewhere. I don't need to go to US to look into the green, and this is something that I also learning. This is my visit to South Korea. You see that, in the photo, whereby you can see that the coin that you throw, you will see the number, whether it's 50 rupees or not. No, not 50 rupees, 50 cents. Coins, inside, you can see. This is important. But who are the interested party here? Still, you see, the kids are interested. The father, like my age, don't care. Don't know what's happening. They have big problems somewhere, So as the education is important. This is important. So whatever we do, whatever we think, I think we need to start from beginning. So to get the smart city correct. So few times already, I think before they start anything, we need to bring all the delegations that involved in the project everywhere. They need a cost to be put somewhere so as we do the right thing before the thing become not correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Zakaria sir. We do understand the concern.